The Court of Public Opinion is a part of the Amateur Radio Network.
Well, you're going to want to hear what happened to me because of pushing back and talking out of line and speaking out of order. Like what my brother told me is if he did the things I did, he would lose his job. Now, I want to talk to you about vaccination, how the leftist machine, the Stasi, I call them the Stasi because to force somebody down and shoot them up, and really to hear the story about Sigmund Freud or to know a little bit about it, you'd have to listen to some of the people I've talked to. I've talked to several Grateful Dead heads that told me the story about, drugs and mushrooms and where to get the best drugs, The story is forced vaccinations, like when somebody shoves you down and puts a needle in your arm. That's a forced vaccination. And what happened to America? Well, America doesn't realize there's a Stasi. And in World War II, when the end of World War II, the prisoners were set free, and that was Israel. Here we are, and Israel is finally become a nation. It's grown, and now you can recognize Israel, capital Jerusalem. And this is all because of the Trump movement. There's a prophecy here, and there's also harbingers that were being exposed the whole time too. There was also a mural displayed in the Denver airport about a needle in children, and that's exactly what the Stasi were talking about. If you want to look this up, I can't download it right now because I got too much junk on my tablet. I want to tell you about forced vaccination. There's more to be said about it. I'm just saying that it's happening every day. It's happened to me. I was forced down about 6 weeks ago in the hospital. I was given a needle and they basically shut me up. And this has been going on for a long time with my family. It's a Stasi, and a lot of Jewish people, when the Bible says they say they're Jews, but they're not, it meant that the Jewish people would be abhorrent of what happened. And the story of a lot of the Holocaust survivors is true, because I met a Holocaust survivor, and there's a lot of things going on in our buildings and our properties that you need to know about. You need to know who owns your property and building, because here the property is owned by a Chinese company. So I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. The Stasi's been after me for a long, long time. In fact, when my grandmother was in an institution, she was on lithium. And she's Jewish, and I'm Jewish, and I need your help. And that's why I'm reaching out to my audience that does listen. Because my brother would listen. You guys would listen to me. When somebody holds you and your daughter and your kids down and hurts somebody, you're going to want to ask questions. And this is how they silence the Second Amendment right issue too here. It's about the Stasi. See, all these people are given all this power. Just like the brown shirts. This happened when I was at Joplin. You give these people power, and power corrupts absolutely. And without the right information, you gotta look around you. You really gotta pay attention and get your priorities straight. I know so many of you are afraid to lose your jobs. If you have that kind of fear, of losing your job, then you may have already lost your job. I just want you to know what you need to do to protect you, yourself, your family, especially on vaccination. There's an article, and there's a couple other things that I wanted to talk about also. There's a book called Saving the Constitution, and it is from Provis, and there's also some other things I wanted to talk about. It is really important to read and study and do your homework and really know about the attack that you guys have been under. I was sexually assaulted by a dude who basically abused me in the middle of the night. And I exposed them, and exposing abuse and corruption. When we expose abuse and corruption, I promise you, there is a pushback, because we have a Second Amendment right, and the reason they want people to shut up, and the reason why they want to force a vaccination and call people crazy, is to take your gun rights away so you have the ability to fight back. And really, in America, it is a civil war when people start assaulting people. So I'm going to leave it right there for now. And we're going to talk more about this